Hello, hummingbirds. Well, hello, my beautiful YouTube family. Not sure if you were here last episode. We got started on a couple of projects, the pantry makeover being one. We have this tiny little fridge nook that goes out to a patio. It's very strange. We have a small kitchen space, and we figured we would start by maximizing. We would start by maximizing the space in here to be able to get like a better layout of what we can kind of pull out of the kitchen to maximize the space. Over there, so tape it out. I think this is the general plan. I'm gonna make a coffee station, a spice rack over here, and a couple of shelves to kind of pull some of the heavier items off for a plate over there. And then I wanna do a windowsill that we can decorate to bring some personality over here. So again, this is just like a weird tiny nook, but I think when you're turning the corner or you're walking into this space or you're coming in from even where you guys are at from the outdoor patio, it should be a moment. It should be beautiful, as with everything. So let's get started. We just gotta paint one more time. One more time. I swear this is truly what takes the longest, is the skim coating and the painting and just making it perfect. So after I did that, I moved on with, we're actually using all free material and repurposing a spice rack and a pantry cabinet in this episode. So this is a $0 makeover, which is really exciting. So as I mentioned, spice rack, we are just gonna be sanding that down and burning it because that's the name of the game lately, what we've been doing to material over here. Erin and I talked about utilizing different materials moving forward because we're both kind of getting a little sick of the burning and the scraping, but it's good for a budget for what we want to do for this like little half renovation we got going on. For this shelves, we wanted to add some interest, so Erin drew out a curve and we cut that out, and that's just going to be reflective through all the shelves on this little wall. 16th away from the line.
Well, I'm doing that because then I clamp this down and use the belt sander.
Got it. You heard it here first, folks. I wanted to take a quick break to tell you about today's sponsor, Negative. I've been obsessed with a couple of their pieces lately, so I want to bring you in. Negative is a New York-based brand redefining everyday intimates through comfort, simplicity, and thoughtful design. Every stitch, strap, and seam is designed with real people in mind, how they feel, how they move, and how they live. You can head over to Negative and see the wide variety of bras, loungewear, and swimwear that they have, and honestly, lately for me with basics, it's been really hard to find anything that I like that just feels good, holds up to the quality that I like, and all of the tasks that I'm doing around the property. Their purpose is to help women feel powerful, comfortable, and confident in their own skin while balancing sharp design with real-life performance to create pieces that are both aspirational but incredibly wearable. I don't know if any of you guys have noticed, but I have worn these two pieces in rotation throughout the last couple episodes. I truly am completely obsessed. If you guys want to try Negative out for yourself, you can actually click the link down in my description box or scan the QR code that's popping up on screen and add Negative to your closet today. With everything prepped and ready to go, before we installed, we opted to start to try to see if we liked tinting some of the windows, not only just for heat purposes, but to like dull the glare so it's enjoyable to look into a space, because sometimes it just gets so bright. So this is my first time tinting a window, and I didn't do too bad, but I definitely could do better. And I liked the light brown that Erin chose. It was really subtle, but it, again, just like took that glare out of the room. Okay, this is messed up a little bit, but not bad for my first go. I have the learning curve. Erin actually had this piece of hardwood on hand just lying around, and I was like, I think we should turn this into a windowsill, and he was like, that's exactly what it was before. So we just repurposed that for this little portion and made it a little bit wider so we can put some plants and stuff up there. As far as the repurposed spice rack, or aka just burnt and refinished, we needed to find the studs because you're just gonna drill the support from the back of the spice rack into those studs to make sure it's secure and it doesn't fall over. So there's going to be a shelf on top of this spice rack, and that's going to be able to hold our espresso machine. And then we're going to just do one right above it so we can still use the coffee machine with ease, but we can store like our coffee mugs, our French press, whatever, all kind of in that station to keep it together. And something throughout, like basically every build Aaron and I have done together for the house, he has shown me the beauty in using ledgers and also just how to make them a little bit more interesting. So for these ones, he cut out some hardwood and added that curve to reflect the curve that is on the shelves, and I absolutely love it. Aaron also had the idea of adding a hardwood dowel in between the shelves just to add another point of interest and make this just look a little bit more unique and chic. Without fail, every time with these projects, I absolutely love the fact that Aaron and I's like aesthetics have blended really naturally. Like we're pulling items from his collection over the years, we're pulling some from mine, and it's really crazy how beautifully it's been working out for every space that we've been doing together. I think it's also pretty nutty just putting a little intention onto a wall. Like this is probably the smallest space we could have made over, but now walking up to this after being a blank wall, it just feels so good. Like you're walking up to a little tiny coffee shop of your own. And I just think every moment in anyone's house should feel that way. As I mentioned, we're going to be repurposing what was our pantry in this kitchen because we want to be able to extend our counter space, and just it kind of always just feels a little weird over here. So we just removed that, and Aaron had the idea of cutting it directly in half and placing it on the left-hand side of the fridge and doing a fridge build out. But I'm going to show you what I mean by sketching it out first so you can see exactly what portion we're going to be working on. The handles that I'm sketching on now, that's going to be the pantry that we're cutting in half and making deeper. In the middle is going to be the refrigerator that we're going to turn into what looks like a cabinet. And then we're going to have this little tiny smidgen of room on the right, which is going to be where our brooms and mops are. But we also need to make it look nice because you walk up to it from the glass slider. But we're just going to focus again on that left-hand pantry side. As I mentioned, we quite literally cut that in half, and then Aaron and I built out essentially something to mirror it, to then add ledgers to extend it to make it deeper for more storage. Look at us go. The last thing that we had to do was add the backing because obviously you don't want to like open up the cabinets and see a raw wall. So we did that, and then we started to move it into place, and that's where my whole, my brain just flipped upside down. I was like, this is a completely different little fridge nook. That looks so good with this.
Yeah.
It looks so good.
Oh my god, that looks so good.
That looks so good.
Fridge, you're next. You're next.
As Erin says, the fridge is next, but this is, I think, incredible progress for a couple of days. I just wanted to apologize too for the shorter episodes. This skim coating and painting, I swear, is just taking up a lot of the time. So I'm excited to come back with longer episodes next week. But I mean, just what a difference in this little nook.